Hey, what's up you guys? Marty Schwartz here with Marty Music. We got another video with my friend Jamie Slays. I really appreciate you guys showing your love and support for him. Check out his own channel. And we've got Bullet for my Valentine. Tears don't fall. Take it away, Jamie.
Hey everyone, it's Jamie from the Jamie Slays YouTube channel, here again with Marty Music, bringing you another metal riff lesson. Today we've got Tears Don't Fall by Bullet for My Valentine, played in drop C. I'm using my Iron Label Ibanez with my own signature pickups from Legendary Pickups today. Sounds great. It's beginner, intermediate, expert. There's some very tricky stuff in this song, but there's also some super simple stuff in there. There's some clean stuff, there's some distorted stuff, there's some effects, there's the solos, which we won't be covering in this one, but there's some cool solos. There's harmonies left and right, so I try and do my best to kind of go over both. I first heard this song, I think, when it first came out. I loved the music video with the rain and, you know, all the guitars and the Jackson Randy Rhodes with the headstocks and all that kind of stuff. Been into Bullet for My Valentine for a very long time. They're from Wales, I'm from England, it's not too far. I break it down, I play it slow. If you've not seen one of these videos before, then hopefully you'll enjoy this one. Stick around to the end to talk about it some more. But without further ado, here is Tears Don't Fall by Bullet for My Valentine. The first section of the song is a clean section that has 3 parts. I'll go through each part individually and then play them slowly afterwards. This is part 1. Here is the intro clean section played slowly. This song is in drop C, but when I'm referring to the strings, in some ways it's easier to refer to them if they were in standard tuning. This section is on the A string or the 2nd string or the G tuning string on the 12th fret, then the 14th and 15th like so. Then we go down to the 8th fret and the 10th fret, and then the 10th and the 12th, and then we do a hammer on from 10-12 on 10-12 again on the G string. Over the top of that section, there is a part that plays basically the same root notes without the extra notes on top, and it's all played on one string like so. Here is the second part of that song played slowly. Then there's the third section, which comes in about 2/3 of the way through. Here it is full speed. Here is the third part of that section, played slowly. The single note section is simply just the root notes, which is 9, 3 and 5. The section that's played at the top, the single notes, is 7, 3 and 5. The chords that are played at the top are the 10th and 9th fret. These are minor third chords, then the 12th and the 10th fret, back to the 9 and 10, and then 9 and 7. So like so. This is the first distorted section, which we're going to call Riff 1, played at normal speed. Here is Riff 1 played slowly. There are two guitar parts in this first riff. That was Riff 1. This is technically Riff 1, but part 2, which is the panned right section. Both guitarists in this section play something different. Here is what the second guitar plays at full speed. Here is Riff 1 variation played slowly. Both guitars play the same bit the same way, which is a sort of bar chord on the 3rd fret, but because we're using a drop tuning, you'll only be barring the 3rd fret. But we have then the 5 and 6 on the G and B string. But when you hold out all of them, you kind of get that final 3 note as well on the high E. So what you play is this initially, then we have the high strings, and then we go down to the 5. So you can actually play all the strings at the same time. Or you can just play the first 3 strings and then the high strings. But I'm pretty sure it sounds better if you do the first 3 and then all of them together. Then the first guitar goes to the octave chords. Which is on the 5th fret. Then we have the 5th fret octave chord on the A string, followed by the 3rd fret octave chord and the 2nd fret octave chord. Then we do the same thing again. And then we do the 5th fret octave chord, slide up to the 7th fret, back down to the 2nd fret. The rhythm of that changes slightly when they play it live versus on the CD, so listen out for which bit you prefer. Then the second guitar does the same thing again, but then goes to the 5th fret and stays on it. Then they repeat the same section, but this time they kind of follow along with the octave chords, which is just sliding up to the 7th fret. Now we go back to the same clean section again from the intro, but it comes in with a slight bend of a note like so. But then, after that, you get a distorted section that plays underneath. It's the same as before, the intro riff. But then you play harmonics and go into a distorted section, which sounds like this. I'll play it slowly, starting off with the harmonics. The harmonics are on the high B and G string, A harmonic is where you hover your finger over the silver fret, that whole bar here, and you don't rest on the string, you rest it above it. Kind of thing you will hear in Machine Head, Gojira, Eddie Van Halen, Dimebag, those kind of things. Metallica, and it's where you hit the natural harmonic. So we do the, then followed by the open A string, or the 7th fret on the low C string, then down to the 3, then up to the 5. But you play them doubled over. Then we have a similar sort of section, but we play gallops or hurtas or 16th note triplets. They're not triplets, but that's what they're more commonly called. Played at full speed. Like this, so you can either play it on this string or you can play it on the 7th fret. I prefer the 7th fret because there's a lot more girth. Here we go. So that, played even slower and explained, is gallops, hurtas again on the I prefer 7th fret. Then we go to the 10th fret. Listen out for the rhythm because it isn't just gallops, it does change to alternate picks. Then we have just palm muted chugs on the 10th fret 3 times, and then you gradually lift your hand off to release the palm mute. And then stab on the 5th fret. Now, listening back to it again to do this lesson, there is a part of me that thinks this gallop section goes down to maybe the 3rd or 5th fret also. Probably the 5th fret as I played it then. I'll try it again. And it makes sense because it ends on a 5th fret, but all the tabs I've seen say that it's just 7 and 10. Whereas I think it's actually like so. Listen to the song and see if you notice what I mean. Here is the next section, which plays over the top of the distorted guitars, which is very similar to the intro riff, but slightly different. Here it is at full speed. I'll play it again slowly. Now I'll break it down for you. It's the same bit as before with the 12th, 14th and 15th. But now we go from the 8 all the way up to the 9 on the G string. So the 8 is on the A string, the 9 is on the G string, and then the 5 and the 7 is the D and G string. They're kind of the same root notes as before, but just with different notes at the top. They could be harmonies, but I'm not sure if they are because when you listen to the song it doesn't sound like it. So I'll play it again slowly. Now this next bit I'm not sure about fully because I'm pretty sure there's a pick scrape in there, so it kind of overdubs it and I can't really tell what it is. But when you play the second time, I'm pretty sure it moves to the 5 and the 4. Or but listen out for it in the song and you might be able to get the rhythm of that one because it's a little bit of a tricky one to understand. Then later on again in the song, there's another section that does that bit all over again, but I'm pretty sure it uses a tiny bit of distortion. You could just put a tube screamer on like so. go back to the main riff. Now over the top of some of those riffs we have a lead section. Played slowly like so. That can be played in multiple positions on the fretboard, but I'm pretty sure Padgett plays it on the high G string. So it's the 4th fret, 5th fret, then 8th fret on the high B string, back down to the 5 and the 4, on the 2nd fret or the 7th fret below. So we play that again. And you can slide up to the 7. Then we play it again. Then we go back to these minor 3rd chords, which is 7 and 5, 9 and 7, 10 and 9. And there's a bit of delay on it as well, so it kind of goes bow, bow. Then we go back into the... There's another part of that song that plays again later on, where you play the exact same thing, but instead of doing this, it does this. Here it is at full speed. So slowly, it's on the 7, 9 and 10. Then again, I'll cover this now because it makes more sense than chopping and changing. There's also the same part that's like a harmony section later on that does this. Which is 9 and 10. Then the 9 above on the G string. Going down to the 7th fret. Then starting on the 5, then 7, then 9. There's also a harmony for that section, which is played on the 12th fret. Here it is at full speed. Then when we go back to the riffs, we have riff 4 or 5, which is one of my favourite sections. Here it is at full speed. So that is either 7th fret or, again, open A. I prefer the open A because it's easier for the that kind of stuff. It's played like so, slowly. The second guitar does like a pick scrape into it. So the first guitar is playing it on its own. Either, again, you can play... As you can see, that's harder for me to play because it's a lot of... Which is 10, 7, and then 13, 12, 10. But I prefer 3rd fret, open note, 3rd fret, then 6, 5, 3, 5. or just 653. Open it again. So that was the kind of pre-break into riff 4, and here is riff 4 at full speed. Riff 4 also has a harmony section, and here it is full speed. So I'll play both harmonies slowly. Those notes are 10, 9, then 7. A lot of tabs miss out the in-between notes and just do where there are little notes in between. Then we go to 10, 8, 7, 3, 5, 3. Then the harmony plays 14, 12, 10, 12, 12, 14, 10. Then we play 10, 8 again, 7, 8, and then 7, 8, 7. So when the other guitar does the 3, 5, 3, this guitar does 8, 7, 8, or 7, 8, 7. One thing that changes in there is the rhythm. So initially it starts off as like the gallop riff. And then it just goes into straight 16th notes. Ending on the power chord riff again. Here is riff 5 at full speed. Riff 5 also has a harmony, and here it is at full speed. Here it is played slowly. So as you saw there, I played both harmonies in the slow bit because it's easier to break it down. We play 3, then up to 7 or the open A. But it's sometimes easier to go to the 7. Which is 3, 2, 3. On the D string, and then down to the A. The harmony does the same thing, but on the 7, 5, 7. Then we go into the next section, which is 3, then 2, then 5. And we go 3, 2, and then 6, I think. Then the next guitar goes into the bit again, but this guitar does like a slide out 7th fret. This is what I mean as well about sometimes playing it on here and sometimes playing it here, is that if you're doing like a, it's easier to do it on the 7 than it is to do it on the open, because you can't really slide out there. So I would go, and then the other guitar does the, and then the stabby riff, which is the, then we go into the solo, which I'm not tabbing out or describing the solo in this video, just the rhythm behind it, which is the same riff again. But the final bit of that section is which is the same as it was before, the power chords on 3, 3, 6, 5, 3. But instead of ending on the open note or the 7, you end on the 8 or the 1. After the solo section, we go to the riff 1 or 2, which is, but then we have the over the top, but slightly played with distortion, whereas the first time we played it, it was clean. Then we go into the lead section. The only difference there, as you'll see now when I play it at full speed, is the ending is slightly different. I'll play it all through in one go and we'll hear how it sounds. Then it goes back into the section with and the other guitar plays. Then as we're coming up to the outro, we play the main riff again with a slight interlude in between two sections like so. Here it is at full speed. After the, you go back to the, but then in between there's a tiny break, like I showed in the full speed version, where you play, which is the same harmony I showed earlier. 9, 10, 9, 10, 9, 7. And then the other harmony is 12, 14. Back to the, again. Then we go to the harmony, which is when this bit plays on its own. Which is the bit we just played in the tiny interlude. Then there's the harmony section where they both play together. Then we have a hold out notes, which is 9, 10, 12. Or 5, 7, 9. Then we go back into the riff 3 or 4, where we do pick scrape on the second or third cymbal hit. Then we go back to the, which is as follows. Which is the same as before, harmony on the 10, harmony on the 14, and then the power chords. So there you have it. That is Tears Don't Fall by Bullet for My Valentine. So that was Tears Don't Fall by Bullet for My Valentine. What did you think? I really enjoyed making that one. Again, it was in drop C. I played it on my Ibanez guitar. Really like drop tunings. It can make things a bit easier, but also make things sound super heavy without having to detune like your whole guitar all the way down, just one string. Thanks again to Marty Music for having me on the channel. I really appreciate it. Comment down below letting us know what you'd like to see more of, what you thought of this lesson, what you'd like to see less of, and we'll see you guys very soon for some more metal riff videos. Bye everyone.
Yeah, Jamie, thank you so much. And everyone else, thank you for supporting Marty Music as well as showing your love and support for Jamie Slays. Check out his own YouTube channel, link below. Thanks for supporting Marty Music. Hopefully we'll see you again soon. If you like this video and you like Jamie, and you'd like to see other classic metal stuff on my channel, Taught by Jamie, let me know in the comments below. All right, see you later.